Good morning, I am John. Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. Just a few days before Christmas. And, wow, things are, I have something interesting to talk about at the end of the video today. I'll talk in broad terms, but it's pretty amusing, really related to my old company. But anyway, quick update on what's going on. Let's see, yesterday, so since it is the week leading up to Christmas, kind of the holiday time, I talked about taking a half day. I took an hour and a half off at the end of the day yesterday. I just kind of got to a point where I'm like, I could start a new thing or I could take a little time, and I wrapped some presents and I did that instead. But it was productive still. Look, I put out several shorts. I did some more editing. I prepared for the long form video that I'm going to put out today. When I say long form, I just mean, longer than 60 seconds. It probably, standard videos are 6, 7, 8 minutes. But actually, it's going to be a turn and grab something off the set, look at kind of the legacy of something. And by the way, if you're eagle-eyed, it's currently not on the set. It's because it's sitting on my table because I'm shooting it right now. But anyway, I'll get that out later today, I'm sure. I also have, yesterday I had lunch with friends, I thought. I was wrong, it was today. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with my friends, having an early lunch today. And I should also mention today is the launch of a new podcast produced by GenXGrownUp. It's helmed by George and two of our friends and colleagues. They're doing a professional wrestling themed show focusing on the era in the 70s, 80s, early 90s, Gen X era wrestling. And just, look, I don't know anything about wrestling, but people who are passionate about it, I love seeing and hearing people fly their freak flag and the thing they're excited about. And so these guys are nuts about wrestling and have been their whole lives. Some of them have even worked in professional wrestling in some capacity. It's interesting. Anyway, brand new podcast, very first episode. If you're a wrestling fan, I will put a link wherever I can put a link. I don't think I can put it up here, but in the description, I will put a link. If you're a wrestling fan, or you could just go wherever you listen to podcasts and search for Turnbuckles and Territories. Brand new episode starts today on that. So that's cool. Today, beyond today then, finished producing that video that I talked about the thing that I'm currently not on my shelf. Also this evening, I'm recording with Will and Kat for the 1980s Now show. That lunch with my friends that I talked about is going to happen today. And again, I'll try to take a little time. I just have too much to do today. Like, I'm not going to take a half day necessarily, but I'm trying to ease off as I go into the end of the week. It's getting cooler, closer to Christmas. I'm trying to pump the brakes a little bit, but to do that, I also need to ramp up production to fill the gaps while I'm not working. So we'll see how that goes. Not great so far, but look, I'm not downtrodden, right? I'm not digging ditches. I'm like, oh, I produced another video. Woe is me. I'm having fun doing it. So, and I talked about stats yesterday. The stats didn't stay spiky, but they're still up. They're consistent. I think I'll grab a graphic and throw you. I just looked today on the analytics page, and they're like, we're up 76% or 78% over the last month, which is actually most of December. So that means we're up over November, which is when we started this. So having stats still be up in December over November tells me that's good news. So, and look, that doesn't mean it's raining money or anything, but it does mean that, again, that needle is moving a little bit. We are making some progress. And we even crossed another milestone. We did 17,900 subscribers. So we are on the march to 18,000 subscribers. I would expect that to happen not before the end of the year, I would say probably mid-January. So within 4 weeks we should hit, because typically right now our velocity is about 100 subscribers per month. 100 per week. No, that's right. Ooh, it could happen by the end of the year if we hurried, right? It'd be tough, but since we're doing about 100 every week, yeah, we might hit 18,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It just occurred to me in real time as I'm talking here. I thought it was much further. That's cool. That's neat. Okay. Those are the updates, yesterday, today, what we're doing. I just want to share with you something really interesting. So the job that laid me off back in November, it has been chaos there. I've mentioned a few times early on that my friends remaining there, it's been rough, and it's not just oh, John is gone. No, it's the layoffs. and then a whole bunch more talent started immigrating and leaving on their own and resigning because it's just not going great. And and I got a ping on LinkedIn yesterday that said, hey John, we're reevaluating things. Would you be interested in coming back to this company in this other role? And I'm like, what? It's like I'll listen to anybody talk about any kind of an offer, but I have two main problems with that. One is I'm currently committed to this thing that I'm doing. And I'm not saying if somebody come and, started waving $1 million bills in my face, I wouldn't look at them. First of all, I don't think that's what's happening here because, look, I left this company bleeding money and they're still bleeding money. And if they're backfilling, A, what are they going to pay? And B, how long are they going to pay it? How long can they sustain? I mean, anyway, there's that. And then there's it's not just the money aspect, and it's not even like this vendetta, like you fired me, therefore I shall never work for you again kind of thing. It's more of I'm afraid to go. Aside from not wanting to give up on what I'm currently doing, I would be uncomfortable going back into that environment because I know how shaky it is, right? So, it's not even, look, anything's a possibility. I would say right now it's a 5% possibility that I would entertain anything that they had to throw my way right now. However, it's interesting to see what's going on with my colleagues and my friends at that company. And look, this is the guy they just decided they don't need anymore just 7 weeks ago. And here yesterday, they're like, oh, maybe we do need you. I know what the role is. I know that one of my dear friends just vacated that role voluntarily because it's crumbling around him. I know why that spot is vacant. So, but it was an interesting thing because you guys are going along with me on this ride. I knew it would be interesting to you. The silver lining to all of that is I remember I showed the message to my wife and I said, lest you be concerned, your husband is still in demand in the marketplace, even though he is not currently working in the market that he has a profession in previously. So she was very kind and went, I knew that you had, anyway, but I'm sure it helped to some degree. But that's nutty. So I'm chatting with a guy, still works at my old company, who is asking me about this position, but I have a strong feeling that it's not going to go anywhere. Just because what he's asking me to do is something that I probably... Look, I got in the situation I was in the last couple of years before I got fired and miserable because I was put into a position where I was not qualified to do this thing. They just threw me there because they had a warm body they thought was competent. And this feels like the same thing. I'm a known commodity. They know I'm competent, and they can throw me in this role because they think all roles are homogenous. And they're not. You need a certain expertise and skill set to do each particular job. And yes, you can fake it, but you're not going to be happy about it. You're not going to be effective, and you're not going to be in a place where you're comfortable moving forward and making decisions because you're going to be second guessing yourself and your actual core competence. At least that's the situation that I was in. I can't imagine throwing myself back in that boat, right? I mean, it's. Maybe you say I'm a fool for throwing away gainful employment, but gainful employment at what cost? There are a lot of strings attached to that kind of a thing. So intriguing. If this unfolds further, I will certainly let you know in upcoming vlogs, but it was really fascinating. And I want to share with you what happened since we started this journey together, and we're all riding it out together. Okay, time for me to get to work. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the vlog, especially if you watched today. Hey, if you're one of those people that watch every single day, you know that I love you. Thank you for being here and going along with me. Take great care of yourself. Do something wonderful for yourself today, and I will talk to you again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.